Win the Furrow programming on AgDay is brought to you by In-Furrow leader FMC. Visit your FMC retailer or infurrow.ag.fmc.com to learn more.
As the country adjusts to last week's time change and shorter days, soybean farmers can win the furrow by planting earlier and focusing on the longest day of the year.
One of the biggest drivers of yield, we think, with early planting is the whole aspect of early soybean flowers. And we know that soybean flowering is determined by day length and night length, and how that changes through the year. If we're planting early, the goal would be to get these beans to flower before the solstice. And as soon as we start those R stages, sometimes we can add a couple pods at the bottom of the plant that we wouldn't otherwise get if we were planting in mid-May or in June. So there's kind of two different aspects. The vegetative stages of growth for beans, those are going to accumulate based on heat units and GDUs, and that's pretty linear through the year. So we're going to get 3 to 5 nodes a day based on those heat units. Well, it'll be faster if we've got warmer days, slower if we've got cooler days, but that's going to be from start to finish, adding nodes every 4 days. So the earlier we plant, in the end, the more nodes we're going to have. If we have late planting, there's no way to catch up or add extra nodes to those plants. And with flowering, it's going to be triggered more by sunlight and day length. So as soon as the beans emerge, those first unifoliate leaves can sense the pigments in the plant. They kind of tell it what time of the year it is. And when we get those beans emerged early, it starts to sense that day length and night length, and those beans will be triggered to flower. So in 45 and 60 days, if we have flowers that first show up, because they're induced when the leaves are first out, and then we see the actual flowers, about a month later, whenever we get to that R1 growth stage. So typically in this area, if we're planting in mid-April, we'd hope to see flowers 60 days later in mid to early June.